Hey everyone. So for this assignment, I'm going to have you self-assess your level of mastery for each of the Common Core standards that we're going to be using for our English class this year. So I've created a document for every student, and each of you are going to sort of tell me where you think you are with each of these standards. Today, we're only going to be focusing on the reading standard. And so I'll make a new assignment for each of the domains for the Common Core standards as we go along. But I just want you to look at the reading standards and then score yourself on the 4-point mastery scale. So I'm going to show you what this looks like in practice. I have taken all of the standards for English and I've rewritten them in a way that I feel like is more accessible. So for this first standard, this is English Language Arts Reading Literature, grade 11, 12. They're grouped in 2-year groups. So these are for you specifically the 12th grade standards. So this is Common Core State Standards Code, and this is going to be Literature, Reading Literature 1. That's what it is. And so for this first standard, this is the summary of the standard that I've made for you. This standard is for citing direct textual evidence in support of analysis and explicit and inferred ideas. All right, so you need to be able to cite evidence from a text to support your analysis of the explicit and inferred ideas from that text. All right, so that makes sense to me, but I talk about this stuff a lot. I think about this stuff a lot. I know how to read these standards and understand what they're asking you to do. Basically, can you read a piece of text and then analyze that text and then show us in that text parts of the text that support your analysis based on the ideas of that author? So the I can statement, right here, I can show you parts of a text that support my analysis of the author's ideas. Can you do this? I don't know. We've done it a little bit already, right? You've shown me within different texts. You've analyzed those texts, and you've shown me within those texts where that information comes from to support your analysis of that author's ideas. So if some of you have done this explicitly, some of you still need a refresher on what this means. There's no wrong answer here. I want you to tell me whether or not you think you can do this, and then at what level. So the mastery scale right here is I can do this without error, with no assistance. You can just do it, no problem every time. You're essentially an expert at it. I can do this, but I might need a little guidance or assistance. So you know you can do it, but you just need a little bit of guidance. A 2 would be I need a tutorial and assistance to do this. So I could probably do it, but I don't really remember how, or I haven't done it in a while. I need a refresher, and I need probably some help. 1 is I just really don't know what this is or how to do it. Actually, 1 is I don't know how to do this. So you can read a text, you can find ideas, but you really don't know how to support your analysis by pulling things out. You don't know how that works. And then 0 would be I don't understand what this is at all. I genuinely have no idea. I can't answer because I don't know. So you would go over here and you give yourself a score, give yourself a 2, and there it is. So your self-score will let me know where you think you are here. And that will give me an opportunity to go through individually and find for each student the things that they feel they need to work on. And that'll help me better serve you as your teacher. If you want to get a little deeper into it, these essential questions are things that you as a student need to be able to answer so that you can genuinely say, I can do this thing. So how do I find evidence to support my analysis? Like, how do I know how to do that? How do I do that? And then how do I cite evidence when speaking or writing about a text? So like, how do you do formal citations? How do you give an author credit for their ideas? How do you show how those ideas match up with your analysis? Those are the types of things that you need to be able to ask yourself, do I know how to do this? And if you do, then I think you can say that you can show parts of a text that support your analysis of the author's ideas. So I'd like you to go through each of these standards, read them. The standard is important, but the I can statement is probably the most important thing. So I can tell you what the theme and central ideas of a text are, and show you how they are expressed and changed over the course of a text. So when we're talking about text here, specifically, we're talking about literature, right? Like this is stories. There's also a section here for informational texts, news articles, things like that. And so the language is going to be very similar. I can show you what the central ideas of a text are and show you how they are expressed and changed over the course of a text. So it's almost the exact same wording. We're just talking about a different type of literature or a different type of text. So informational texts here, again, I would think about like news articles as an informational text. Literature texts here, this is more like narrative fiction. Give yourself a score for each, and I'll use those scores to inform my decisions about what types of materials to offer you and what types of assessments that we need to do later on. All right, so hopefully that's pretty explanatory. If you have any questions about this, text me and remind, email me, let me know what you need. Otherwise, please start this today. We're going to be doing this throughout the week. I'll send you different assignments for different sections. But today I want to do reading for both the literature and for the informational text. All right, thank you, everybody.